Real common problem that you also have is binding or sticking keys as a result of screws that won't come out, that are rusted. Again, you can get a really decent set of jeweler screwdrivers for $1. I was amazed at the number of actual hand tools and things that I was able to find at these discount stores. So you'll be really very pleasantly surprised. When you're using a screwdriver, be real careful to match the size of the end of the screwdriver to the screw that you're doing. That's another major damage thing, is trying to use either too big of a screwdriver or one that's significantly too small. You're definitely going to get a lot of damage to the heads of the screws, which makes that really difficult for the repairman to get out if you weren't able to get it out. If the only thing you did was able to screw up the end of this thing and the key is still stuck, that was a bad thing. If you can't get it out, leave it alone. You know, sometimes somebody has to sit the concert out, but most of the time we can make them so that they don't. Big problem on these little screwdrivers is you don't have a lot of torque and a lot of length. A really nice professional screwdriver gives you a lot of ability to control it, but we don't have that out in Horse Breath, Iowa. Sorry, Iowa. So one thing, when you're doing a screw, you want to press, turn, and hold. If it's stuck, you don't want to just start cranking on it. You put it in there, downward, start your pressure, and hold it. And as you hold it a little bit, it will then loosen up that internal pressure and it'll come right out. If you're having any problems, use some lubricant first. If you have the ability to get like a penetrating oil is okay, but a little bit of WD-40. And again, coming back to the super glue scenario, when we're using oil, we don't want to, okay, we're right there. We don't want to use these oils right outside of the thing. This is another real big deal. You've got oil all over the place because somebody told somebody, man, get your Clarinet oiled, and they're over here oiling everything. So you want to get your oil. You can get a wooden toothpick. You can get, the plastic toothpicks are kind of cool for using for super glue and for oils because it just doesn't absorb into the wood. We'll want to take, you can use the packaging from your screwdrivers, take a drop of oil. This is where you will put the tip of whatever it is. It will take a drop of oil that you can then very precisely put where you want, and it will hold it. Pipe cleaners, I've got a package of those in here. Go ahead and wick off the excess oil. But initially we're talking about stuck screws, so oil it first, then come back and remove the screw. If you can't get this screw out with your fingers, get some pliers or whatever. This type of plier that has the serrated edges on it is really going to mess things up. Try to see if you can find, no matter what it is, a pair of pliers that has the jaws smooth inside. Even still, just try to gently remove it without messing it up. Come up with some sort of a method so that you know where things go. You know, put it back in the same hole it came from. If you're taking everything apart, come up with some sort of a plan where, okay, this one will go there, the next one, and the next one, the next one, the next one. Okay? So, Clarinet uses two different types of screw rod combinations. A rod is a solid axle that goes through the inside of a key, and the key rotates on that steel. The other ones are called pivot screws. They work on the ends of a solid key and they pivot as an axle, little points on the ends of those. I'm going to go ahead and use the little bit better screwdriver just so that I can get these out. Okay, let's say that again, this one is stuck. Push, rotate, hold, and then it'll usually pop. If it doesn't pop really right away, leave it alone, put some oil on it, come back a little bit later. Similar to what we were talking about with key oil and super glue, we don't want to be doing things out of the container. So if you're using something like WD-40, which does make a nice penetrating oil that we can put on previously to trying to take things apart, get a small container, maybe the lid that it comes in, little plastic mixing cup, something, spray some of the material in it, and then take your toothpick, your prod, whatever it is, stick it in there and get into your different places. If you're putting a lot of it on, again, come after the fact with a pipe cleaner, with a Q-tip, and wick off the excess stuff.